welcome to Interviews with Citizens.
Hello!
In the left corner, we have Mercedes, otherwise known as Porsche. In the right corner, we have Gaz, otherwise known as Carrot Turnip. And I'm Chelsea.
But I've been calling you Robin.
It's true, I've really pulled the wool over your eyes. Sucked in, psych! Today we're going to talk about...
On that note...
on that
brown
Stop it! Stop it!
Today we're going to talk about embarrassing moments.
I'm craving fruit. Terribly sorry. I can't help
Fruit
it.
toast craving. Fruit toast! Fruit
Like a
toast.
Fruit junkie. Flunky.
I'm a flunky. I don't know what's happened.
Not
And
to be
you guys-
confused with a flunky.
I've already cut up banana in the kitchen for me to have a banana and peanut butter sandwich after I'm finished with the grapes and the pears. I don't know what's happening.
And for some reason you two are pear possessed recently. Love a good
We
pear.
did get the pay today.
I love pears. We bought a bag of pears today
Did buy the bag of pears.
from animal abusers.
Alright. These guys need to think of their embarrassing things, so I will
Wait.
let...
You have to address one more thing.
Drinks?
We don't actually always wear grey sweatpants. It looks like it in the video.
We don't actually always wear grey sweatpants, but we've been painting today, so we have our painting attire on. You can tell by the little bits of paint on the pants and the shirt.
And I don't always look like Mr. Tumnus with my Hersign legs trotting about the place. Clippity clop, clippity clop.
Listen to my hooves.
Like clippity clop. Her
Drinks. What are you drinking?
Black coffee, always, in a blue and white striped. I thought it might have been a...
Kobayashi? Are you Kaiser Soze?
Who is? Kaiser. Anyway, I'm not really sure if it's one of Clive's cups or it just reminds you of a cup that your dad used to have. You're about to spill your drink all over.
Take a sip. Sip.
I can't remember.
I can't remember!
Black coffee, 2 sugars. As my workmate said to me the other day, he came into my desk, made me a coffee, puts my coffee down, and she goes, I'm gonna bust the rhyme because you got real sugar in your coffee. I was like, that's amazing.
Then we saw her at the lesbian club, otherwise known as Bunnings. Saw her today. And so I jumped out of the car and I sang the song to her because I thought it was real clever.
She was quite chuffed.
Can you see him in this camera?
Not sure. Okay.
I can see him, he's real.
Gaz! Oh, yeah! I'm kidding. What about you? You're drinking nothing.
Ooh.
Fresh air.
Tatty.
Because he's going to bed
Yeah.
after this. Because he's a grandpa.
And I'm working in the morning.
So, embarrassing things. I've got 2 things.
You get one.
No, you're not the boss of me.
Yeah, I'm watching that.
Father time is, and Father time says 1.
Just the
I will
one.
make it quick. First one is, when I was a kid, I used to go to the roller skating rink.
Wait, one more thing. I put a doily on the couch.
Oh yeah, doily.
There's a fucking doily on the couch.
I don't want to be
put the other one
caught. I don't want to be caught saying, but
It's Gaz's doily.
my toilet. Why do I even have toilet? Because of my Dickensian party.
The
Dickensian.
God bless us, everyone.
Anyway, I used to go roller skating when I was a kid, and I had some white figure skates that I was given for my birthday, and we used to go to the local skating rink, and they used to do the limbo, and as anyone who skates knows, when you do...
I can't shake it too much because of my coffee.
And
We're giving you background music.
unsuccessfully limboing on the couch.
What's sitting? Anyway,
Right, Todd.
when you limbo on any kind of
Smack and
skates, you obviously don't bend back, you just duck down.
If you missed that, I said held the pole.
At this particular rink, the rules were that if, when it got down low enough, if you couldn't squat, unlike the ice arena, if you couldn't squat, you could take a running, like, you could
Belly
take...
dive.
Yeah, you could slide. You could, like baseball slide under it or whatever, but you usually go feet first.
What kind of hillbilly town did you live in? That's not how you limbo on skates. She did go to school to drive in.
It was a former drive-in. So I was wearing my one and only prize. We did. The school I was at, you had a bell you had to ring for lunch. If you were on bell duty, it'd be lunchtime. Ooh, 5 minutes lunchtime. Got the office, get the bell. Ba-ding, ba-ding.
In 1852.
Yes.
Driving.
It wasn't. That's a separate story. Anyhow, I was wearing my best denim skirt, which was my only denim skirt.
She paid $18 for it.
It was $17, and that's a separate story.
Inflation.
But it was my prized possession, my denim skirt. I loved it. I was wearing it, and I had a crush on a guy at the skating rink. I can't remember his name.
Cool.
No, but it was the 80s, and he was wearing those shorts that they wore in the 80s that kind of had that little
Umbros. They're
yeah,
called Umbros.
with the white sort of seam and the side seam.
Were they wind shorts?
Oh no, probably stubbies.
Oh,
Stubbies.
the cotton ones that you wear with your stripy socks, like
Yes.
the roller girl.
And he was a real good roller skater. And he, I went to, it was my turn, and I skated up and went to slide under. But I don't know if you guys know this, denim does not slide. And what happened was I went feet first, expecting that I would just sail right under and win limbo. And instead I just
Like
went,
this pose.
exactly. And then I just went like that, and my skin stuck to the ground because the skirt didn't slide. The skirt ended up all the way up, and my underpants were showing. And then he came over, that guy came over to help me up, and I reached up to get a hand up, and I accidentally pulled his shorts down. Like I grabbed him on the infamous shorts.
You grabbed him on what?
Yeah, well, no, just the shorts. I kind of was like, scrambling to get up, and then I pulled his shorts down. And that was probably the most horrific event of my youth.
That?
No, it's my leg.
Embarrassing or are we doing embarrassing or horrific?
Because I saw something horrific once. I saw a man's brain.
No!
But that wasn't embarrassing for me. It was
Yeah,
too
no,
traumatized.
Yeah, no, it's not about that. And
It's not bad.
what's more, I forget what the what's more is. And the second one is, one time I was walking in my high school in front of my whole class, and I was wearing flippers, and I was not walking backwards, I was walking forwards.
What are flippers? Swimming flippers?
Fins, yeah.
Why are you wearing swimming fins in high school?
I was
Let's
like,
do my embarrassing story.
Was that your embarrassing story?
No, but it's at the pool.
Is it? Did you fall over?
No, you.
Okay.
Are you telling
So I
yours?
was wearing flippers,
Quit
and,
telling my story.
and I was walking along the pool, and I was just walking along the side of it in my sassy swimsuit that had a zip up right up the middle. And then
Was
one
it
of the-
Ocean Pacific? Was it OP?
No.
Oh, my grandmother.
No, it was like wetsuit material on the sides, and the flipper caught, and I didn't just like crumble or fall. I literally went from standing up to thwap like that, just face plant on the ground, and everyone was. Yeah. I was like, I'll never do that again.
That's kind of like the Family Guy fall over.
And she's never worn flippers again.
I never fully recovered.
And she never flew.
And you've never limboed at a roller rink.
Never. Next episode's going to be on dancing. What's your embarrassing story?
Mine is at the pool, swimming pool, or as we say in South Australia, pool.
Everywhere in the world
Everywhere in the world.
that speaks English, it's
Just
cool.
not that little isolated bit on the east coast.
Not
Peel.
Not Noosa.
You guys are so uncute.
Yes.
Or Melbourne, because apparently, according to tests, they say peel and
Do
skill.
peel for school. So, speaking of rhyming words that rhyme with peel, so we're on a swimming excursion to the local peel. And we were sat in our classes, and one of the kids in my group goes, someone dropped their underwear, someone dropped their underwear. And then we're like, whose underwear is it? We all look at it, nah, it's not ours, it's not mine. It's not mine. It's Alf.
Oh,
You had Alf underwear?
that's amazing.
That is the coolest thing ever.
And then I then awkwardly did that thing where the group sat back in their designated area, and then while no one was looking, I fucking darted.
You weren't going to let him. He wasn't going to let him go. He could have let him go and said, "That are not mine." It's not like they're labeled. Couldn't live without him. Couldn't do without him.
So you're telling me that you committed, you didn't commit to the they're not mine. You folded on the they're not mine and assumed that your entire class wasn't looking and risked further embarrassment to retrieve your Alf underoos.
The best thing though was because I was totally convinced before that it wasn't mine, so I sold it really well to the group. Nah, they're not mine. Yeah, still clearly in my stuff.
Oh. Did anyone see him? Pick him up?
No, that's the thing. They didn't. Because I waited to like.
If you saw Dad pick up his Alf underwear at the public school 20 years ago, let us know. Because if you didn't say anything, that was pretty fucking cool, actually.
That is also horrific.
Oh, God, you like
That's not horrific. That's not horrific.
No.
At
What I
all.
mean is,
that is
when you're a kid,
a blessed life.
No, as a
This
kid,
is an embarrassment.
as a
We're talking
kid,
about embarrassment.
that's quite embarrassing.
Yeah, but have you not ever been a kid at a school? What
Yes.
What are you homeschooled?
And I bet since then,
It's not normal.
I lived at my school. Thank you very much.
Oh.
it was a boarding
My
school.
parents are
Oh,
dead.
okay,
No, I'm just
okay.
kidding. No, I'm kidding.
You wrap your
No, I'm
undies
just kidding.
in
You're
the
like an
middle
onion.
of a closed
You're like
bundle.
an onion.
What's your embarrassing story?
Well, I feel like, I have an adult one or a child one. I thought both of them are way more horrific.
No, one story.
You're
Goes
too stupid. I should go too.
I told one.
Child one first.
Okay.
Child
We're
one first.
editing that second one out.
Well, as most people may know, my parents are a bit different. Fuck this, I'm not shitting myself in this hillbilly town, I'll never live it down. And I was like, running down the halls to get to the toilet, and I had this little like Mary Jane shoes on, so I got to the toilet and like skidded out and like ran around the corner and tried to get into the bathroom. And just as I got into the stall, like the stall slammed open and I got in there and locked the door, and just as I was about to pull my underwear down, I had explosive diarrhea fucking everywhere. It was everywhere. It was on the ceiling. It was like The Exorcist. It was a bad deal. Yeah. When my mother got there an hour and a half later, because she had explained to her boss and she worked like an hour away, and I was still sitting in that toilet stall covered in my own feces, crying still because, well, I'm melodramatic and I was, crying. By then I was probably inconsolable. I was probably like so upset that when she came in there, you would have thought that she was like 100 feet tall. She scooped me up and she wrapped me up in a towel that she had in her car, and she carried me all the way to the car.
No one bothered to give you
Not
a
a
change of
fucking
clothes
person.
in an hour
And
and
do you
a
know I
half.
found out later that that teacher didn't ever go, oh, I wonder where Mercedes is, or Mercedes, because that's how they say my name in the South. She didn't say that. My little friend was just like, the bell rang and we had to change classes,
So she went to
and
the
she was like, Mercedes never came back to the toilet, and all my shit was still in the class, so she came and got me, because my pencil bag was, my Lisa Frank pencil bag with my little ponies, was still in there, so she came and got me. And my mother got that woman fired. Yeah.
She had her badge. She had her badge for that.
My
Give
mom.
me your bag.
My mom stayed home from school and from work the next day with me, of course, because I was still quite sick. And to come to find out, I was incredibly sick. I was really like 106 fever. I was like dehydrated.
What's that in Celsius?
I don't know. I don't do the temp. 48.
What? Whoa,
No.
whoa.
That
Hold on,
42 or something.
43, maybe 43, something like that. But I was super, super sick. And I heard my mother on the phone, and she was like, "What kind of heartless bitch leaves a child covered in her own feces, sobbing uncontrollably in a toilet stall?" And she was like, I swear to God, if you do not fire that woman," and she did, she got fired. So my mom had my back, got her fired. That was the only time.
She proved it there and then.
But she got well and truly got her fired, got her ass fired. I don't remember Miss Archer's children's names.
Embarrassment led to
Having Miss Archer's ass.
she had her badge.
She,
We're gonna have to wrap up there. We've gone very long.
Alright. I'm fine with that. Do you guys know Paul?
Is everybody here know Marty?
That's okay, I don't remember the other story.
I think the important thing was I had Alf underwear.
Yeah, I think that is.
That doesn't
And
take
it-
you embarrassing.
No,
That
no.
makes you cool.
And it came in a pack. And the
Was
other
there lots
ones.
of Alfs?
No.
Just
We
those,
got
the only Alfs.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you?
I think that haircut's making me a bit too sing-song, if you get my drift.
Mom.
Were you caught?
My name is Mr. G. Yeah, I'm a
Three
gay.
talents, 1, 2, 3.
Big and rosy.
Singing and dancing and acting is my life. And out.
I already did it.
Yeah, I noticed.